PayPal just made a huge threat and they had to pull back on it. Should artists continue using this service or should they look elsewhere? What's up, guys? This is Omari with No Nonsense Music Marketing, the #1 place for music business and industry advice online. If you are not subscribed already and you are a serious musician, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to get updates every day on video. So this past weekend, PayPal was in very deep water because it was discovered by the Daily Wire, broke the news that PayPal had a clause that said that they could take $2,500 from your PayPal account without your knowledge at pretty much at any time they wanted to. It was saying if a person violated their clauses, that they could just take this $2,500. However, some of these clauses were things that were highly questionable. Questionable so much so that PayPal's former president, David Marcus, openly said in a tweet that the new policy goes against everything that he believes in. Elon Musk added in also former member of the quote unquote PayPal mafia. He agreed with Marcus's tweet. Now, the problem was that the language of the PayPal policy was saying that if you did something that they deemed misinformation or that they deemed hateful, harmful towards certain groups, certain racial groups, certain people who identify a certain way with gender or who identify a certain way, amongst all these the many categories that people can identify with these days, then they could just take this $2,500. If you posted something on a social media website or you posted something like, say you post something on your Twitter or Instagram or your Gab or your YouTube or whatever, then they could just deem that to be harmful information, even if it's something that maybe half the population or even most of the population would say that, no, that's not harmful. They could just take that from your account. So when you're a payment processor, yes, there's the whole thing about you can be a private company and private companies have private policies. However, this was so egregious that they did have to pull back what they said. So in their statement, that after the backlash that happened on social media, PayPal said in a public statement, PayPal is not finding people for misinformation, and this language was never intended to be inserted in our policy. We're sorry for the confusion this has caused. However, when you have a company that big that brings in billions of dollars in revenue, they don't just put out statements, right? I can't verify that this is not true. However, I'm saying it's hard to believe that it is true. This statement that, it wasn't meant to go out. Essentially, people are just calling that for what it is. They're saying that we weren't meant to get caught in what this says, and we weren't expecting this big of a backlash. For as many lawyers that would have to look at their statements, it's not like a company that's like it's big as us, right? It's much, much bigger with over 10,000 employees. So for something to go out from them, that just doesn't really make much sense that this specific clause went out in mistake. So it does call to question. Like we do use PayPal. A lot of you guys have paid us through PayPal for products and services, for our music promotion, Spotify promotion, YouTube promotion, Facebook and Instagram ads management. You've paid us through PayPal, most likely for these services. However, having that happen leads to a lot of distrust from the people who are essentially paying them. They get paid by taking a small transaction fee from businesses. Any businesses out there that uses PayPal, they take a small transaction fee. Usually it's somewhere around like 3%. So when you're processing billions of dollars, you just take a little bit off of that, and that's how they make their money. Whenever you lose the trust of your merchants. So if you're somebody, not you don't even have to be peddling quote unquote misinformation, because a lot of times we saw within the past 2 years something that's widely accepted as not true or true 1 month. Sometimes it just takes 3 to 6 months for that statement to flip. So if they took that money from somebody, 1 month, and then 3 months later it was wrong, do they then go back and publicly shame themselves and say, hey, we were wrong? Most likely not. Like, most people have not done that. When they've been wrong about something, they have not had the humility to come out 6 months later and say, no, we were wrong about this. Like, I should change my thinking because there's new information. One of the signs that you are a critical thinking person is that when there's better information given to you, you change your opinion on it to fit the truth, not to have the truth fit your opinion. So it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth about PayPal. Again, we still have them. They had a spokesperson or an employee team member reach out to us a little bit ago, and they were nice fella, but it just doesn't leave a good taste in your mouth. It's kind of like we've had Google, employees reach out to us, help us with ads, Meta employees, Facebook employees help us with ads and all this stuff. And it's nice to get the extra help from the company. But when this billion-dollar company does these things that not just are like, hey, people make mistakes, but like very egregious mistakes, and you're not a small team, so you have like a bunch of people, to where it can't just be one person that like makes a really bad decision for like a small company. No, you guys are huge, but you're still made up of people. I get that. However, would they have even changed this had somebody not pointed this out? Had that story from Daily Wire not broke, and actually caught on YouTube? I'm reading the Reuters article now, so it was not something that people could ignore. The stock took a 6% hit. I was looking at it yesterday. Not financial advice for anyone, but I was looking to short it, obviously, because I knew that something not good was going to happen to the stock after the news broke, and so it was down even further today, down further than most other financial stocks were going to be. So is this to say that artists should not use PayPal? I'd say just look into it. Look into what their policies are stating. It leaves kind of a character flaw on the company. So not to say that we won't ever be using PayPal, but yes, we would strongly consider making some sort of adjustment to how we accept payments, just to not put our business in harm's way. There's a few rules about business that we have here. One of the business mindset is you don't make it difficult for people to pay you. So that's notwithstanding any moral grounds, but just in terms of like the actual payment, like, when I go to this website, is this easy to do for me? One of the ways to do that is through PayPal. You usually get somewhere like a 15% bump in payments when you do accept PayPal on your website. So if you have merch on your music website, you're selling direct products and services, you do get a little payment bump from that. So that's why I'm not just going gung-ho and saying, just to cancel your PayPal account. However, would I safeguard my business by accepting a good portion of my money outside of PayPal, so that in case anything happened with any sort of PayPal policy, would I go to another company, thoroughly vet them, not just pick one at random, not just pick a big name because it's a big name, thoroughly vet the company you're going to work with, whether it be you go to your local bank and see if they offer anything. You reach out to companies online and email them and try to reach out to support before signing up for them to see what their customer service is going to be like. I'd say that's a wise thing to do. You want to have also the flexibility of easy integration with your website. So that's one thing PayPal does have. PayPal has that, Stripe has that, Square has that. You have very easy integration for accepting payments. So there's there's the full gambit of everything that happened with PayPal so that you can be aware of what you should do for your business. I don't want any artists to have money just taken out of their account just because they said something that PayPal disagreed with. So it's not like it was not written in a way that, you know, you're selling a fraudulent product and they're going to take that money from you. It was that if you essentially said something that they deemed harmful, and again, it could have even been a true statement that they deem harmful, then they were just going to take this money from you, which is why they had to pull back that policy. So you guys now have the information. You can be equipped with it, and you can make the decision that you feel is best. So if you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave us a comment. Let us know any experience you've had with PayPal. Let people know, get it out there. Look out for your other musician friends by leaving us a comment. Let us know your experience with them, good, bad, ugly, so that everybody can be informed on the decision that they're going to make. And we'll catch you in the next video.